Semen retention is so important because ejaculation in itself, I don't know who this is. Romania? Somebody called me from Romania. Anyway, that wasn't planned.
These days, I'm letting God handle all things above. The things I can't change are the reason you love me. Listen, you can hear them calling my name. I'm all over the place, I can't sit in one place. I'm not ashamed at all.
When it comes to semen retention, they try to say that there is no scientific evidence to prove that semen retention is beneficial. Although you have so many people on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Reddit that talk about how semen retention is beneficial when it comes to confidence, when it comes to attracting women, when it comes to libido, when it comes to motivation, when it comes to having energy. And I agree as well, because 4 years ago, I broke up from a relationship and I separated from my family, and I went on this spiritual journey where I really locked in on determining what I'm gonna put my energy into and what I'm not gonna put my energy into. You feel what I'm saying? And I started to release less, right? I cut it out 100%. I changed the way I eat. You feel what I'm saying? I guess I was abstinent, or what's the other word that everybody keeps saying? I'm celibate. You feel what I'm saying? I retained 100%. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm on a spiritual journey. I'm eating different, and I'm also retaining my seed. Right? I'm practicing semen retention, and I noticed a lot of different things. I noticed my face cleared up. I noticed that I had more energy, and I noticed I had more confidence. I know that I was less filled with anxiety. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the benefits that people talk about online, I agree with 100%. So I don't understand the whole there's no scientific evidence to prove it. The best teacher is experience. So all these people are experiencing it and they speaking on it. And I think that we can go based off of what people have experienced, because I don't listen to the whole there's no scientific evidence. You feel what I'm saying? They'll say there's no scientific evidence to prove that there is a heal for cancer, but they want to make money, so they're not going to put that out. Just like with the semen retention, unless they can benefit off of it, then they probably won't say that there is no scientific, you know what I'm saying? They can't benefit off of it. It's just an experience that people have. But not ejaculating is very crucial, especially when you are in the midst of working on yourself, in the midst of growing, in the midst of creating certain things in your life. So if you are a man and you're going through a healing journey, you're healing from childhood traumas, you're working on yourself, you're trying to grow, you're trying to become an entrepreneur, you're trying to become somebody that creates certain things in your life, then you truly should not be releasing. I'm gonna give you an example, right? A lot of men, have reported that before they go to sleep, they'll release, or in the mornings they will release. Or whatever the case may be, right? Just because, not just because it's something to do, or just because it maybe calms them down, or whatever the case may be, right? But for example, like this morning, I woke up and I was like, I want to have merch. So I have a website and I have a brand, right? joshdifferent.com, check it out. And I was like, I want merch. So I figured out a way, I'm gonna put it on the screen, but I figured out a way to have merch. Now that's a fitness shirt. I like those athletic fitness shirts. That's a hoodie, and I got a lot more. So I have, as you can see, I have tights, female tights, hoodies. You know what I'm saying? The other photos ain't pop up yet. But basically what I'm saying is, instead of releasing my energy, I kept that energy on the inside of me, practicing semen retention, and I put that energy into something productive, into something creative, creating my merch, creating my website. You feel what I'm saying? So it's important to channel that energy, because the ejaculation is creative energy in itself. You want to release your energy into something that is beneficial or has purpose, because it's creative energy, right? And for those who might say, no, it's not creative energy. If I get with a woman and I sleep with her, what happens? I create a baby. So how can you tell me that the ejaculation, the release of semen is not creative energy? You have to harvest that. You have to internalize that and channel it into other things. You channel it into exercising. You channel it into creating your brand. You channel it into your next conversation with this person that you know is going to be important because it's going to manifest an opportunity. But if you're drained, or if you released all your energy, you don't have enough time to network with this person. You don't have enough time to, go as hard as you need to at the gym so you can have the right physique. And if it's not creative energy, then why, once you release, you feel tired? You feel like you want to take a nap. You feel, oh my God, you released your energy. You released a creative life force that can make a baby. Because I know everybody has desires. We are human beings, but in reality, once you really break it down and think about semen retention within itself, it'll make you think like, if you're not releasing for a purpose, like having a baby, then should you even be releasing? Now you can say, Josh, I got needs and I got desires, but then you got to ask yourself, and this is going to be subjective based on the person, you got to ask yourself, do I want to continue to release my most valuable energy for temporary pleasures? Even if you're sleeping with your partner and you don't want kids like me, you are still coming together to meet each other's needs. But if you are with the wrong person, or with somebody who doesn't fill you up, you fill them up, and it's not a genuine connection, then that means you're just giving your energy to the next person. And I personally would perceive that as worse than ejaculating on your own, if you're giving your energy to another person. But I've went long periods of time while on semen retention, and it has been so beneficial for me. Like I said, confidence, motivation, energy, libido. Your mind is more clear in order for you to do things like create a brand or, make a song. And one of the main things I noticed as a creator of videos, of music, and just a creator in general, is how you start to do something and you get in that creative flow. It's hard to get in that creative flow and stay in that flow if you're giving your energy to releasing. You feel what I'm saying? So when I don't release for a while, and one day I'm by myself, I'm in my room or whatever the case may be, and I just get into my creative flow. If I was to be consistently ejaculating, I don't think I can even find that flow. Yes, creativity would come out of here. I'll think of a little, a couple lines for a song, or I'll think of an idea for a video. But when I'm constantly releasing, I can't get into that creative flow where I made like 2 songs. I made like 3 videos. You feel what I'm saying? Because all my energy was going into releasing into something that has no purpose. So I just wanted to put that perspective out there and share that with some people who are contemplating on semen retention, or they wonder what benefits are out there, or they want to know a different perspective in order to understand, like, why do people do semen retention, or is it really that important? I really do think it's that important. I feel like semen retention is one of those things where, especially when you're trying to manifest certain things in your life, and you're trying to become a certain type of individual, or you're trying to grow as a man, you should be retaining your seed, because you need that energy to reach the level that you want to reach in life. If y'all want to lock in with me, check out my website, joshdifferent.com. You can get my merch. We can do personal training. You can do personal development coaching, or work with you if you come from childhood trauma or narcissistic abuse. Other than that, comment below. Tell me what y'all think about this video. Tell me the benefits in regards to semen retention for y'all. And I'm out.